Flex, fresh, 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 flex, fresh, fresh, Helmas, bless, Kabit Cafe, bless.
You cannot. Hold on. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi. Hi. Here, flip. Okay, late. Oh, well, moving on. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the SeanDavieWay Show. Make sure you hit the like, please. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. There was some catch ups. Alexis, thank you all. When I was offline yesterday, I got some, so I just want to say thank you. Shout out to Jennifer. Thank you so much. And shout out to Tamari. I hope I'm saying that right. And shout out to Lindsay. Thank you so much, Lindsay, Tamari. I hope I'm saying that right. I really hope I'm saying that right. And Jennifer. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So hello. I hope everybody's having a good day. The title is Viral TikToker, Lagena Gold, Aaliyah Fake Child, Life in Danger Update. So I put on my community. Shout out to Lady Vanna. Oh my God, I love you. I took pictures. I'm going to put, thank you so much for everything. Shout out to you. I'll make sure y'all subscribe to Lady Vanna's channel. Shout out to LadyVanna21.com to order candles and all that stuff. Thank you. Thank you. I have it all right here because literally taking pictures and all that stuff so I can promote. But thank you again so much, Lady Vanna. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love everything. I have used the products this morning after I came from the gym. I smell amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I deserved everything that you sent. It wasn't nothing that you sent that I didn't deserve. Let's be clear. But thank you, girl. I love you. Thank you. So hi, Lady Blue. Lady Blue, girl, you got a picture now, girl. Go on, Lady Blue, girl. Welcome, girl. I love you. Okay, so y'all, I want to jump into this. So now I put up Jag's bread, her Cash App, because Jag, thank you so much, Careful Calypso. Hey, girl, where you been at, girl? Hey, Careful Calypso, girl. Hey, girl, love you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So I put up Jag's bread because Jag has literally gotten this young lady, Lagena, out of the situation that she is in. And she already financially took care of it. So that's why I asked Jag if I could have her Cash App information so that if we could help at all. And I definitely sent the donation. I do not believe in having people support something that I'm not willing to support myself. So I already have sent the donation. I can put up the screenshot of the receipt. Jaguar will tell you the same thing. I don't mind showing y'all. Again, I don't believe in having people support something that I won't support myself, and I won't support myself. I think a lot of creators do that. They'll have their audience support something, and then they feel like it's coming from them. And like it is, but at the same time, we can donate too. If we're asking people to do something, we need to be willing to do the same thing. Okay? Do to others, treat others as you would like to be treated. So, absolutely. So I understand we are in hard times. Not everybody can send donations, and it doesn't matter if the donation, doesn't matter if it's $1, $2, it doesn't matter. But I know, again, it's hard times for people. So to request something like that is a big request. That's why it's super appreciated. Again, even if it's $1, even if it's $2, that's something you could have put towards something else in your own life. But you being selfless and helping someone else out, I think is amazing. And that's how blessings come back your way. When you do things for people, it comes back tenfold. Sometimes we don't even pay attention to the blessings that we get because we helped someone else. So yes, so I put up Jag's Cash App because Jag took care of this. Already, this isn't something that I'm like, we need to get this together so that we could do that. No, she's already on the way. I literally just got off the phone with her, Lagena, about 15 minutes ago. She's already in the car on the way to her next destination. So again, and shout out to Jaguar right for that. Lagena has been going through a lot over the past couple days, and not even the past couple days, actually for like the past month or so. She has been being threatened even by family members. She's been being threatened by people. So, I mean, the list just goes on and on. So if her own immediate family is threatening her, literally, if you look on Lagena's, actually, let me just pull it up. If you look on Lagena's IG, she put up messages right here. She put up these messages, and these messages are from a family member that is literally threatening her. That is telling her, if you read the screenshot scroll, this is Lagena's DM, and this is a family member that is saying all of this stuff to her and saying that the whole family wants to fight her, everybody wants to fight you, and all of that. And these are the same people that came over there and acted as if they wanted to help her, because the conversation was completely different that Lagena was having with them after she turned her camera on. When she turned her camera on, then all of a sudden this relative started to look as if, her IG is I am Lagena Gold. If you want to go over there and look at it, I'm not about to sit here and read it all. I don't have the time. I got to get out of here. I have to go get my kids and stuff soon. So with people threatening her, and stuff like that, she does not feel safe where she is. Her house was broken into. It was I'm not going to say like literally broken into. I believe she left her door open, but there was rearrangements when she got there. Now that could have been a family member, or it could have been, just any random person, or a huge Aaliyah fan, or, I mean, it could have been all type of, who knows exactly what happened, but that is true. So she doesn't feel safe where she is, and I don't blame her. I mean, I don't blame her for not feeling safe. And with that being said, she's been doxxed. Her address is put out there on multiple Facebook pages and stuff like that. So it's even making its way onto TikTok, and whatnot. So again, I don't know what that were. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do understand her being fearful because, being doxxed and stuff like that, I'm used to it. It ain't no big deal to me. But for somebody like her, somebody that is alone, it's different. It's definitely different. So with that being said, let's get into this. So, and some things that needs to be explained, because a lot of y'all are weird. So I feel that this needs to be explained to y'all in layman's terms. So that's what I'm going to do. Hair flip. So Lagena, her going viral on TikTok for what she said about being Aaliyah's daughter. If you look on her IG, okay, starting last year, she started saying certain things about Aaliyah, okay? Last year, okay? Like 2022, all right? She wasn't viral for it. She didn't go viral until she went on TikTok, all right? So it's no different than when she was sitting over here doing it on IG. She wasn't viral when she said it, but she was still saying it. So she was over there, not bothering nobody, sitting over here on IG and other social media platforms, saying the same thing, you know, but not bothering anyone, right? So then she becomes viral. She didn't make the video on TikTok to become viral. She made the video just like she had always been doing what her social media is, and stuff like that. I don't know if she's working, but again, if you don't want to help, you don't have to. We don't need to talk about her finances or anything like that. If you simply don't want to help, don't, and go away. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. Nobody, this is not a forced play. It is literally optional. You do not have to help at all whatsoever. Keep your money in your pocket if you want to keep your money in your pocket. This is what this is. You don't get to ask a person their whole like it's dumb. Like, the girl is literally scared. She's petrified. She's by herself, and she's also suffering from mental fucking illness. Okay? It's that simple. If you don't want to help, you don't have to. I don't know if she gets a Social Security check. I don't know if she has a job. I don't know none of that stuff. Okay? I know she's schizophrenic because she stated it here on my show. All right? This is somebody's life. Does it matter? You feel like she's a clout chaser? Cool. Fine. All right? Like, cut it. Like, it's that simple. This is not a game. Like, ugh. Gross. If you don't want to help, shut the up and sit back or leave. End of story. Nobody begging y'all for shit. Like, I done already sent the donation. Like, oh, hair flip. And I would have sent it if I couldn't. So if you don't want to help, sit back. That's it. Listen. Let's not be immature. Are we grown? Or are we not? Please don't come here acting like I'm 16, 17 years, because that's how the hell I'm going to treat you. Like, it's dumb. If you don't want to help, shut the up and sit back or get blocked. That's simple. Like, here, flip, I don't have the time for this. So, again, the girl went viral on TikTok, sitting there minding her business, saying what she wants to say. All right? Now, I've never stated that Lagena is Aaliyah's daughter. As far as I'm concerned, Aaliyah never had a child. I've never went back on that. I've never went back on that. Not one time have you heard me say, there's a strong possibility. This just may be true. I never said that. And I'm a huge Aaliyah fan. As far as I'm concerned, my favorite artist ever never had a child. I have multiple titles with alleged daughter, fake daughter. Where's the clout chase? Where's the clout chase? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. Yeah. Like, y'all are weird. Like, ugh. I never said that. I'm not sitting here getting this girl hopes up. None of that. I brought her here so that she can be heard. It is clear that Lagena Gold has been through a lot in her life. She absolutely has. Have you ever sat back and thought that she is living vicariously through, disassociating herself? Okay? I know she's not Aaliyah's daughter as far as I am concerned. I know that. Okay? But this girl is afraid. And she's been treated like ish. This girl has been told her whole life that she is ugly. She is black. She ain't ish. She literally said that she's the Cinderella story. Meaning other kids in the house got treated better than her, while she had to babysit, clean, cook, all of that. Even when this alleged biological mother of hers had a stroke, she was the one picking up the pieces while being mentally ill, suffering from schizophrenia while that is happening, while being violated by multiple men. Multiple men. This girl feels that she is no one, because that's how she has been treated. And y'all act like y'all so woke. Y'all act like y'all care. Y'all act like it's protect black women and all of that. But instead, y'all sit in this chat, and I told y'all before we went live, please show her grace. Please. Because she has disassociated from her real life. She does not want to be who she is because of what happened to her. Being violated by multiple men and having mental illness on top of that. So she removed herself from her real life and became something other than what she is. Who that person is Aaliyah's daughter. That's who she became because it was better than being who she was. This ugly, big-nosed black girl that no one cares about. She is alone. And she is suffering. And instead of helping her, let's demean her. Let's disrespect her. Let's call her out of her name. Let's do all of that because that helps. No, it just pushes her further in her shell. How's she going to open up with all of this? How's she going to come to terms to who she really is because of y'all? Y'all are weird. You're weird. I didn't bring her on here because she was Aaliyah's daughter. Aaliyah didn't have no damn kids. I brought her so she can be heard. So that she can, because that's it. Nobody has listened to her. Nobody believes her. Just like her real story. Nobody believed her. The people around her let it happen. And when she told them what happened, no one backed her. Disassociation. On my station head, I explained to my audience, it's just like Miss Cleo. Call me now. The fortune teller, the psychic reader. God rest her soul. Miss Cleo was violated when she was at a very young age on up. Okay? It stopped when she switched foster homes. Miss Cleo had never been to the islands. No island. And no matter which island you name, she ain't never been to it. But she had an accent. Call me now. What do you have an accent for in America? You were raised here. You were born here. But as far as she knew, she was told by her birth mother, gave birth to her on the islands, and her mother was from the islands. So what was happening to her, she disassociated herself from who she was and became this islander to disassociate herself from the abuse that happened to her. Okay? The reason Miss Cleo didn't open up is because no one believed her. When it happened, no one believed her. She wasn't heard. She didn't feel like she mattered because no one heard her story. She told her story, but nobody heard it. So she created her own so that she could literally feel those memories and become these memories that she is making up. She's not from the islands. She doesn't have an accent. None of those things. But that's how she copes with what happened to her. Everybody copes differently, just like everybody goes through trauma differently. So to be other than that abused little girl, she wanted to be somebody else. But in that little girl that was hurt, there's no strength in her. There's no confidence in her. There's no self-esteem there. So she had to build someone to become someone else. Not that person. Okay? When people started to listen to Miss Cleo, that's when she started to open up with her truth. That's when at times even her friends would say her accent would leave. She would tell us what happened to her, and it would be in a completely different voice. It wouldn't even be in the Islander accent. And even Islanders called her out on it. It was like, Cleo, you're not from the islands. We don't talk like that. Even with Patois. Our Patois is not like that. That's not, you're not from there. And she still, you couldn't make Miss Cleo, you could not convince her that she was not from the islands, born and raised. Because anything's better than going back there, than going back to that dark place, than going back to what happened to me. It's that simple. It is the same thing with Lagena. The girl is sick. She needs help. She does. But the main thing she needs is for somebody to listen to her. She's never going to come out of her shell if people are just disrespecting her because she is immune. She is immune to disrespect. I see her on my show and I said, I can tell her 55,000 times, 500,000 times to her face, you're not Aaliyah's daughter. And she's still going to think what she thinks. And she shook her head. Compassion, empathy is what I was having for her. Okay? She's hurt and she's hurting. She just wants somebody to just bring me in, love on me, because that is what she's missing. She literally wants to rename herself Love, because that's the main thing she wants in her life. That's all she wants. She just wants people to love her. And not in a clout chase way, just for somebody to care about me. Because there's no one that cares about me. Nobody listens to me. And then the people that are in her life, her sisters and all that, they're making fun of her, cussing her out, threatening her. Where's the love in that? Where's the love in that? And then being violated on top of that and never truly expressing what happened. That's why you hear parts of her truth throughout this story about Aaliyah and R. Kelly, because it's not real. It's unfortunate. And I really care about her, you know, so that hard truth, she's going to have to come into that recognition on her own. But when she does come to that recognition, do you think she's going to do it in hatred? Do you think she's going to do what people bad-mouthing her? Calling her ugly, black this, you're African, you're this, you're that. The girl don't feel ugly her whole life. We are not helping. We have the opportunity to change someone's life just by giving them love, just by hearing them out. Okay, mama, I get it. You want to be Aaliyah's daughter. You're not. That's okay. But I can overlook that to see that you are hurting. I can overlook that. I don't care that she thinks that she's Aaliyah's daughter. I don't care. If that gives her peace, if that helps her cope with what happened to her, fine. I'm not taking that from her. That's why I said I'm not taking her story. Because if we take her story, she has nothing. She's right back to being that person she does not want to be. She's right back to being at face to face with her trauma with nobody to help her. With nobody to guide her back on the right road. But let's disrespect her. Let's call her out of her name. Let's attack her. Literally, we have the opportunity, all of us, just pray for her. That's it. You don't have to cuss her out. You don't have to call her out. For what? Okay, I get what she's doing with Aaliyah. Aaliyah's dead and gone. It can be viewed extremely disrespectful. Absolutely. But it's the thought of Aaliyah that warms her heart. So she's a huge fan of Aaliyah too. She is. She loves her. Okay? That's all that is. It's a disassociation. She's disassociating herself from who she was. Very emotional she is. And again, to hear that you're ugly, to hear that you're this, to hear that you're that, she's immune. She's fine with y'all calling her ugly. She agrees. Why would you want that for her? I don't want that for her. I literally text her every morning. Let me open. Literally every morning when I text her, I literally tell her. I messaged her. What? She sent me some messages. I don't want to show the messages, but where are these messages from? Good morning, beautiful. I say to her every time I talk to her. I say, "Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're in your evening as well." You know, I always every morning. Good morning, beautiful. Like, because I want her to feel like she is enough, and she does not feel that way, and we don't help with the things that we do and say. A lot of times we overlook how we treat people. When we can do a lot just by saying something kind. It goes a long way. The girl doesn't even accept compliments. She doesn't even like it. Why would you want her to feel that way? Why? I would never want someone to feel that way. She's beautiful inside and out. And she's been through so much ugly. So that's how she feels. That's how she feels. That's how she feels. If I was exploiting her illness, I would have her on my show right now, goofy. She would be here. I could call her right now. I could send her a link right now. Why isn't she here? That's why I said, don't come in here stupid. Don't come in here basic. I found out on this show that she was schizophrenic. Goofy. Like you're an idiot. I found out here. I didn't know that before. And I had already asked her. When we talked next, that was the first thing we talked about. You're dumb. By exploiting her, we're helping her. What are you doing? What are you doing? If I was exploiting her, why am I sending her donations? Like, that don't even make sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, all high school dropouts to the end of the line. To the end of the line. No one is exploiting her. We're trying to help her. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know what I'm doing. What are you doing? If I was exploiting her, she would be here. I could call her right now. I could text her a link right now. For what? She's going through enough. Exploitation? What? About exploiting her? Like, y'all weird. Y'all weird. We did 2 surviving videos on her of something that was viral. She could have went and talked to anybody. She chose to talk to me. How was that exploitation? That's y'all weird. She went viral. I didn't make her viral. She was viral before me. Like, y'all weird. Y'all weird. I'm exploiting her, yet I check on her every single day. Every single day I text her. I call her. But I'm exploiting her? What? Weirdo? What? You're weird. We had a whole conversation. Shout out to Station Head. Yeah. Again, a super Aaliyah fan. So, of course, I'm going to defend Aaliyah. But talking to her on the phone and getting to know her and her background, I told her that she didn't even know. Let me get something to drink. And she had no idea. I told her. Ooh. And apologize. Ooh, you're mad. Ooh, you're mad. And nobody dragged her. Like, no, she wasn't dragged. Yeah, was she shaded? Yes. But she was not dragged. She absolutely was not. She wasn't. Where? Where was she dragged? Shaded, yes. But nobody dragged her. No. I will drag you. I'll do that. I'll do that. You can get dragged. Absolutely. And I won't apologize. I don't give a what you're going through. What about it? Yeah, you try. Moving right along. I know, but leave it to these goofies. I mean, they're so pressed. They're so pressed. Now, I did shade her and I apologized to her. I told her what I said. I even told my audience on Station Head because I'm not fake. Like that. That's just not who I am. I don't fear anybody, especially a hoe in the chat with no picture. Especially a hoe in the chat with no picture. I fear no one. I'm not afraid of anybody. Who? Point them out. Line them up. Not afraid of anyone. I stand on my ish, and I took accountability for what I said. Have you hoes? Have y'all? Because the same ones in the chat pointing things out were the same one over here cursing that girl out. Saying all type of negative stuff to her. Don't worry about me. Get out my backyard. Get into yours. Here, Flip. Get into yours. Get out of my backyard. It's clean. And then back here, you're just bored. Like, here, Flip. Like, yeah, you tried. Yeah, that's why you listen to both platforms. Yeah, absolutely. Don't just sit over here. We all around the world, Craig. We worldwide. Like, ooh, you tried. So yeah, like I said, she's not Aaliyah's daughter. Neither are you. So next. I think everyone was. No, I agree. That's why I said at the beginning of the live, because you truly never know what someone is going through. You truly never know how far a little goes. You got to do it in order to know how far it goes. Shout out to everybody for the super stickers. There's a lot of them. Hold on, I'm gonna try to Tap on. It's a lot of them. Thank you so much. I don't want to ignore you. Shout out to Lady Blue for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. I see you, Tierra Latrice in the building. Shout out to the Tierra Latrice show. Y'all go check her out. Love her. The holistic attorney. Thank you for the super sticker. She says exactly, Sean. I was right on your show. I shifted from side eye to kiki to having compassion. Absolutely, we are allowed to change our minds as new info comes out. But leave it to these hoes in the chat, girl. Leave it to these nobodies, in the chat, the people that are doing nothing, helping no one, just here broke and bored, to, tell us our life. As you find out new information, that's no different than being a YouTuber. We're responsible for, just like we say things, we're responsible for retracting them and doing it publicly. I didn't just apologize to her behind the scenes. I also said another public apology on Station Head, about the shade that I did throw her. Okay. I can come at other people for what they said, but not take accountability for what I said. I already did that. And when you take accountability, you get to move on. When you take accountability, you don't do it again. You don't repeat the cycle. And I have not repeated the cycle. I have shown her nothing but compassion since then and empathy, because that's what she deserves. She deserves that. Everybody deserves that, especially when you've been violated. You deserve people to hear you out. You deserve the compassion and passion behind the people being compassionate for you and having sympathy and empathy for you. But leave it to these people. Shout out to Gossip Snob. She says, Sean, you have a big heart. I can tell. Send her to her. I'll send money to her, but not to I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this because I can be. Why are you here? A better question. Why are you here? Leave. Right. Absolutely. And she's in a new area. She's not where she normally is. So that's why I feel like, okay, well, let's put something in your pocket just for food or anything. If you need to go somewhere, if you need to do something, whatever. Just so that's it. It's like anybody's she needs $10,000. No, she don't. Just if you want to send her something. If not, it's fine. Just pray for her. Just hope that everything is okay with her. Like, that's the main thing. Even if you donate, still pray. She needs prayer. This girl needs help. She absolutely does. So, and if we can help her, even if it's just kind words, even if you just DM her, just let her know that, hey, here for you, type of situation, that's fine too. The girl just gets hate messages all day. It'd be nice for her to receive some loved ones. Shout out to Annie Rennie. She says, it's that for me, grown MFers being cold to her. You can literally see she's down and out. Is the death of kicking someone when they down. Y'all not this dense, like y'all know what y'all doing. Absolutely. It's just like, if you see somebody, why kick someone when they're down? If you see somebody hurting, be there for them. The link is pinned in the chat for donations. Shout out to Blessing Nirvana. She says, wait, Sean, you didn't bash her. I also believe that people in the chat that was questioning, not bashing, were also diehard offensively. And no, agreed. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not bashing the people in the chat. I'm not saying y'all, no, I'm not saying that. Again, if you don't truly know what's going on, how can you have compassion for someone? So I didn't want to just come out here and just tell what I was told, because the story belongs to Lagena. So if it's going to be spoke of, if it's going to be mentioned, I want to give her the respect of letting her do it on her own. Who am I to sit here and talk about this girl's trauma? Like, who am I? I didn't go through it. She did. So only she knows how she feels, So I just don't feel like, I do feel like, shout out to everybody in the chat right now, because with y'all having more information and looking at it from a different perspective, y'all are already showing compassion. Y'all are already showing sympathy and empathy for her. Y'all are already doing it because you have new information. And just like the holistic attorney said, we have the right to change our mind when we hear something we didn't know. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to change your mind. That's why the information is there. So again, to know what you know now and then come for her means that it's literal. Like, that's just how you feel about her, because you have the majority of the information that you need besides her literal trauma. And again, that's her life. It's her trauma, belongs to her. I feel that I would be wrong for coming on here telling y'all what happened to her. No, that's for her to do. But I don't feel like this is the place for it. I feel like she should go to therapy. She should talk to a therapist, and hopefully they can open her up, because I am not a doctor. I could be therapeutic, but I'm no therapist. I'm not that. And I'm not trying to be. You got schooling is education that backs that. I don't have it, So I don't feel that I need to be on here trying to help her break down her trauma. There could be certain points that we get to, certain things that are opened up, and I may not know how to reel her back in. I may not know how to calm her. That's why it's, again, a therapist's job, someone with a proper education to be able to know how to get to certain points in her mind so that she will open up. That is what therapists are for. And she does need help. And I think that this is the road to recovery, for her. Again, if you have been violated, there's many of you right now that have been violated by people in this chat right now that have been violated, and you ain't never told a soul. You ain't never told a soul. Okay? Now imagine what you went through. Now going through that, even if you don't dissociate, you just keep it on you. Is it not powerful? Does it not still affect you? Does it not still hurt you? Again, when Lagena was here crying, I believe Lagena was crying for what happened to her in her actuality, not in this life that she's projecting so that she doesn't have to deal with the real. When she's crying on my show, it's like she was crying about what someone did to her, how a man violated her. Her mind is going back to what happened to her. So she breaks down. It don't have nothing to do with Aaliyah. It don't have nothing to do with R. Kelly. She has separated herself and disassociated from what actually happened and put in new counterparts so that instead of bringing up the real people, she can bring up other people so that her mind doesn't go back there because it's painful. And then finding out that she's schizophrenic is 10 times harder. The majority of you, again, that have been violated, most of you don't suffer from mental illness. So imagine suffering from mental illness being violated. I mean, it's completely different. It's not the same. So our coping isn't going to be her coping because everybody copes differently. No one copes the same. It can be things in common that you have, like no different with her and Miss Cleo. They have things in common, but it's not the same coping mechanism. It's not. It absolutely isn't. But Miss Cleo got into the spiritual world and, stuff like that too. Just like Lagena. The same thing, but it's not the literal same thing. They went about it completely different ways because, again, everyone is different. So it's okay if people have disrespected her and called her out of her name. That's fine. Now that you know what you know, when does it stop? When does it stop? Because these are the same people in the chat saying, protect Black women, and this person is a colorist, and this is that, and, the light skin privilege and all of that stuff. And then you see this beautiful girl, okay, that is suffering, that is going through, but let's call her out of her name because of what she's saying. We know it's not true. It doesn't matter what Lagena says about Aaliyah and being Aaliyah's daughter and all, you're still going to believe she's not. Just like she's still going to believe that she is. Okay? So in order to get Lagena to get to her truth, we have to be open to loving her. We have to do it because the people in her immediate life aren't willing to do so. Because this could have been helped, not fixed, but helped a long time ago. But when you have people that pinpoint you and label you, oh, that's Lagena, the crazy cousin. That's Lagena, the crazy sister. That's Lagena, the this. It still doesn't mean that this girl has not been hurt. It does not mean that she has not been violated. It does not mean any of those things. Sick doesn't mean liar. It does not mean that. Now, fabrication, extreme imagination, things like that, absolutely. Absolutely. So she may not be being truthful about what happened to her necessarily and the characters involved, but it doesn't mean nothing happened. It doesn't mean that. It absolutely does not. So Here, flip. So, St. Hudson says, have you interviewed a PhD psychiatrist not to ask them about specific people, but mental health questions may be a good idea for the energy lately? I agree. Shout out to St. Hudson. That's a really good idea. And if there is any psychiatrist out here with a PhD, hit me up. I would love to have you on the show and we go over mental health, because just like the month of Black History is very important, so is mental health. It's very important because this time of year, I feel like Black people don't realize that we go through a lot this month. We really do, just in general, with our culture. And the reason why we go through a lot is because we ignore it. Absolutely. Black history should be a month of celebration for us Black people. It should. We should be uniting and coming together and helping each other in any way that we can, especially freeways is the best way to help somebody. We could be, but instead we ignore it. We ignore it. I have a video I'm dropping about that. I have 3 videos in the making. Shanquella comes first, but I have 3 videos, and that's one of them, about why Black people don't care about Black History Month. Honestly, this is a hard month for us because we should be together. We should be celebrating, and that. Instead, we just like just another day, and it shouldn't be. But shout out to Dr. Nikki. Shout out to you, sweetie. She says, Sean, I would gladly pay for something she needs. So if that becomes available, please let us know. I can get. Thank you. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Again, anybody that doesn't, wants to donate in any other way or something like that, I will let you know. I don't want to put Lagena's information out there, just because, again, if she's paranoid and stuff about what's going on with her, I don't want anybody with any information that can link them to her. And Cash App information is usually like government information. So that's why I put her Cash App up. And plus, Jaguar did pay for Lagena to get out of that situation. She absolutely did. And Lagena will tell you the same thing. She'll tell you the same exact thing. So yes, let me get to these other, to the grandma sweetheart. Shout out to the Tierra Latrice show. Love her. She says, are you going to take some of the donations from today's show to help her? You mean like I sent money before I even went live? Are you talking about that? So you want me to send another donation? That should be your question, stupid. So would you like me to send another donation? Hurry up. Ooh, let me get down to the bottom of this. Let me get down to the bottom of this. Ooh, thank y'all, everybody else for the super stickers. I want to hear what this hoe got to say, baby. Since you want attention, let me give it to you. You mean another donation? That should be your question. Hurry up. Don't talk shit fast, but answer slow. That's weird. Hurry up. Do you mean another donation? Do you mean another one? Hurry up. Yeah, don't be basic your whole life. Do you mean another donation? Would you like me to drop the link so you can come up here and let us know what you gonna say, ho? Do you mean another donation? Yeah, I'm not playing with none of y'all. You mean another one? Hurry up. Don't talk ish fast, but answer slow. Because if y'all feel like anybody can get it. Like, you can talk to me. I'm not hard to get in contact with. I'm not the president, sweetie. I may give that, but that's not who I am. So I can drop the link for you so you can come up here and let us know what you're going to do. You and your damn spaceship. I wish you get in that and go to wherever you came from. Get in it. Here, flip. You mean another donation? Don't get quiet now. Speak. Here, flip. Just when you didn't think I was paying attention, I very so much am. Here, flip. There should be another. You're asking wrong, sweetie. You're in my pockets wrong. Here, flip. You're in my pockets wrong. I get donations every time I go live because I'm that girl. This is nothing new. Here, flip. Let me get to the spaceship. I didn't mean it in that way. You sure? Because you didn't say another. You sure? Don't come in here basic. Here, flip. Like, girl, you tried. Like, yeah, you definitely tried that. Don't mean it in no way. Shut the up. If you ain't gonna donate or if you ain't gonna pray, shut the up. No, I don't. Ask correctly. And you can hit the link. Do you want me to drop the link? Since you so damn understood, I read that correctly. I sure did. I'm not asking anybody to send me anything. So what? So you mean another donation? Well, I'm fine. maybe you should take a breather. If you have some water around you, sweetie, maybe you should take a sip of water. Maybe you should take a sip of water. I'm fine. Absolutely am. This is passion, and it's going to stay that way. It's going to stay that way. I'm fine. Thank you, though. Thanks. But I'm fine. Yeah, okay, girl. Maybe have a sip of water. Put a little ice in it. Tierra said, change your picture. There's only one space shot. Big dots. And it's hers. Big dot high down the rabbit hole. Girl, much time, true. Much time. Yeah. I only got about another 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, that's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. You thought you're going to send a donation or what you're going to say? If that ain't what you mean, what? I'm not asking for them. It don't say Cash App SeanDavieWay show. I didn't buy her no ticket or nothing. Get her Ubers, all that. I didn't do none of that stuff. But Jack did. Absolutely. She sure did. She did that. She did out of the kindness of her heart. She paid for it. Like it's already taken care of. Literally. Jack didn't ask me for nothing. She didn't ask me for a thing. When I tell somebody if I could help you in any way, I mean it. I don't know how y'all friends get down. I'm a real friend. That's why I have them. Absolutely. You got to know how to be a friend in order to have them. And that's why I have plenty of them. That's why I tell people I'm not looking for any friends. I have plenty of them. Plenty. Because I know how to be one. Absolutely. I'm an outstanding friend. Just kind of an outstanding father. All of that. It's like, yeah, you tried. So, I mean, yeah, that's it. That's all. That's what that were. Jack definitely took care of that. Otherwise, why would I even put her, like, why? Like, that don't even make sense. It's how I'm looking at it. And then the thing about it is, too, when Jag, some people sent Cash Apps and stuff earlier, she sent me the screenshot. I can even look. Girl, I don't play because, like I said, if I'm put it up, I need to see that people. This is me speaking to Jaguar, right? And this is her sending me a screenshot. And this is the screenshot. You see my name right there? Absolutely. And then there's another one of me sending another donation. I'm doxing people. Oh, Lord. Ooh, I wonder if I could cover the. Ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, sorry. Okay, I'm just going to have to. I'm just going to have to blur it out and put it in my community because I don't want to be doxing. There's people like literal like government name, first and last name. First and last name. Thank you, Bree, and thank you, Marsha, for the Cash Apps. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna donate that too because I don't know what that's for. So I'm just gonna donate that too. But yes. So Jack sends me the screenshots of people that are Cash Apping her and all of this. So you bet I'm gonna add it up, and whatever people sent is going to Lagena, and I'm gonna send the same thing to Lagena. This is what you were sent. This is how much that you're supposed to have. Did Jack give this to you? Like hair flip, like. She's sending me all of the screenshots of people that are. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, ain't nobody's trying to scam because I don't do that. I don't do no scam. None of that. I make money. I'm good. Like her flip. Like Sean is fine. Sean definitely makes money. Like you ain't got to worry about that. So yeah, Sean make good coin. And that's why I love my people so much. Because my people take care of me. They make sure that I am good. And I provide an outstanding service. Absolutely. Yeah, I knock the ball out the park each time. So yeah, y'all try it. So yeah, no one has to scam, none of that. It's weird for a person to want to scam and they send the money themselves. Okay? That's weird. That's weird. Why is he sending money if he's scamming? Why is it going to another person? I don't control her. Gross. Like, oh, here flip. That's why it's so simple. It's optional. No one has to do anything. Because at the end of the day, if Lagena hits me up and it's something that she needs, I'm going to do it myself. I'm not going to go in my community. No. We already did that. Been there, done that. Now, if she needs something, I'll just assist her myself. Like, I tried it. I've done it with plenty of subscribers. I've helped subscribers pay their rent. I've helped subscribers move. All type of stuff I've done for my people. I definitely give back. Absolutely, hair flip. Just Christmas, we wouldn't spend over $500-$600, something like that, donating toys to the YMCA because Toys for Tots was canceled. Like, girl, shout out to Shanquella Robinson. Rest in peace. She helped people around Christmas time all the time. with kids doing free hair for people, all type of stuff. I took Shanquella's lead. If she was still here, she would be doing something for her people. She's not here, so let me do something. I see Toys for Tata. Let me do this in honor of Shanquella, because I feel like she'll do something like that. It's up on my IG, like girl, Sean don't steal. Sean don't steal. Okay, Sean supports. Like you tried. So yeah, Hair flip, like, ugh, like whatever. Again, shout out to Lagena. And thank you. Anyone who sends anything, thank you so much. Lagena super appreciates it, and so do I. Lagena ain't asked nobody for a dime. She does not ask for anything. She does not. I will tell you. I would be like, oh, was she trying to get me to drop her cash app? That's a little weird. Like, no. Well, even before we came on the show and I did the interview with her, I said, do you want me to put up like your cash app information or PayPal information, anything like that? She says no. She says, no, She's like, no, I don't want anything. I'm like, okay. So it's not like that. Like everything is not a money grab. Like, what do you mean? The girl is literally leaving, going to a state she hasn't been to. She doesn't know anybody when she gets there, besides like 2 people, 3 people. When she gets there and whatnot, I'm sure she's afraid. I just wanted to make sure she has some money in her pocket, so just in case if she gets where she is and she doesn't want to be there and she wants to go back or a home or something, she could do that. So that she could do that. That's all. I mean, just to assist. Solar, when Jaguar was in the situation she was in, I wanted Solar to leave. I pay for him to do it. I didn't put my cash app up. I didn't tell nobody to cash app anybody to cash app Solar. No. I want you gone. I'll take care of it. What do you need? What you need? Hurry up. What do you need? I didn't come over here asking nobody for the money. I didn't come over here like, oh, trying to get Solar home. Y'all, can y'all? No. What you need? Yeah, because you got to go. What you need, nigga? That's what that were. So it's the same thing. Like, yeah, no one has to do all of that. I promise. It's not that deep. It really isn't that deep. I just care about her. That's all. I care about her. That's it. Again, as far as I'm concerned, Aaliyah had no kids. None. Not even one. And as beautiful as this girl is inside and out, you ain't that, sweetie. You could do a DNA test, you could do all that stuff, girl. That's fine. And I'm going to still be here for you. I'll still be here for you. Even when you come to find out the inevitable, I'll be right here. I am one phone call away. Just call me and we'll talk. Like, again, there's no exploitation. She went viral. Do you know how many people contacted her to interview her? I saw the list. Very impressive. I said, you said no? I was like, ooh, girl, I would have said yes, girl. At least for these folk right here, especially. I would say yes. She said no to all of those people. So if she wanted clout, oh, girl. Now, Gorilla Glue girl, that's clout. That is somebody that wants clout. That wanted clout with her situation. This ain't that. It's not. Because I'm like, well, this means a lot if you didn't go to these. They're huge. These people are huge. The publications, especially that hit her up. I mean, you got people working for Rolling Stone and stuff like that. I mean, that's big. But for you to say no to all of those people, because I'm clout, but not the people that reached out to her. That's clout, literal clout. I'm not clout especially compared to the people that hit her up. So if she truly want to clout, she has a funny way of showing it. Because to go to little old SeanDavieWay over people that have 4 or 5 million subscribers, not 1 million, 4 or 5 million subscribers, I wanted to talk to her. She said no. She said she's not interested. She said no, thank you. Weird. But she hit up Sean. That's the problem. So if you're pressed, go ahead, be pressed. But exploitation, how? I could have brought her on my platform and buried her. I could have brought her on here and gave her the business. Why? She's hurting. She just want to be loved. That's all. Because she doesn't feel any of that around her. She doesn't. All she feels around her is a bunch of people that either don't like her or want to hurt her or already have. That's all. But leave it to us to come finish what other people have already done. No, I'll pass. If anything, I want to be light in her life. I want to be light is what I want to be. I don't want to be darkness because it's hard to come out of it. Shout out to Saint Hudson. She says if she needs food and toiletries, it's possible to send them to an Amazon locker without people knowing her Addy. Okay, thank you so much. If y'all can send me information on stuff like that, I would love it because I would like to purchase her some things too, just in case she needs anything, any like feminine products or anything like that. Or is there a way for me to like put some money on that, and then she could just get her own stuff? I would love that because I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I don't Amazon lists and wish lists. I don't use that stuff. And there's plenty of other content creators that do, but people love to try to make it seem like we're scamming and stuff like that. Like, if I put up an Amazon wish list, whatever it is, I heard that other people buy for you. Do y'all know how much people love me? Girl, I don't feel like it would be a list that I would put up that wouldn't be that my subscribers and moderators would. They make sure I have everything on it. They make sure I have everything on it, but I don't even do nothing like that. I'm just like, I'll pass. Like, I don't take care of myself. I've been doing it for 34 years. And what I won't do my husband better. So, gays, shout out to Queen V for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Shout out to Careful Calypso. She says, you got a heart of gold, Sean. More people need to practice empathy and grace. You the gold. I think all of us need to practice that a little bit more. I'm not perfect by any means. I don't drug my fair share of people. I absolutely have, but it doesn't mean that I don't care about people, that I don't love people, that I don't want to help people. It absolutely does. We're human. No one's perfect. Like no one. I don't expect perfection, and people shouldn't expect perfection from me. I think we're all going to make mistakes. The beautiful thing about mistakes is learning from them. So it's what did you learn from that? Because whatever you learn, then you get to implement in the future instead of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Is how I view it. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. I am that I am. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out to Sabrina West. You've always gone out of your way for others. I try to help people because it's a full circle type of thing for me. So I don't know. I like to help people because I just feel like so many people help me. I mean, even with the super stickers, the cash apps, the supporting my show by viewing me, liking my video, sharing my video, talking to other people about me, letting the world know who I am. All of that is y'all helping me. All of that is y'all assisting me. All of y'all are giving to me. So I feel like I should be giving back. That's why I help my subscribers and my moderators or anything going through anything, let us know and we can do, the best in our efforts, to help you out, So shout out to is it Reploid for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Shout out to Coco. She says, hey Sean, I love you so much. I need help though. I'm trying to figure out how to become a member. I don't know how to. Could y'all please drop the member link for the beautiful Coco Kitty? Please, please, please. If you can drop that link for her. So shout out to F Diabetes for the super sticker. Thank you so much. So I just appreciate all of you and I appreciate all of your support. Thank you for overlooking the whole Aaliyah thing because again, Aaliyah didn't have any kids. I mean, it's as simple as that. And that's the thing. That's a little piece of a way bigger topic. Shout out to Just Breezing past for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Shout out to 7AT4. 784. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm trying to catch them before they go because I want to get back to the bottom of the chat so I can shout out and talk to and read other comments. Shout out to Tanya Brown for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. Shout out to Ty Kemp. What's her cash app so we can help her? The cash app that can get to her is pinned as of now. Jack's Bread. Thank you so much for anything that you send. And I also want to thank the prayer warriors I really want to thank y'all because prayer just goes so far, so I just really appreciate that. Shout out to Nickel City, says I work in mental health. I went to school with many girls like her. If it was this easy to just make up something and use mental health as a safety net to fall back on in case things don't go your way. Still confused by what that means, but shout out to you. Cole Red says she's doing an interview on Night and Day right now. Yeah, she is. She absolutely is. Why is Jag making Lagena talk to other channels? That is a good question for Jaguar. That's a good question for her. All I know is, as of now, I just feel like Lagena, she just needs help. Shout out to Coco Kitty for becoming a member. Glad you got that link, sweetie. I don't know. When I'm not gonna say Jack's making her. If Night and Day reached out to her, I mean, like, I didn't make her interview with King Pain. I just feel like King Pain had a lot of valid questions, and yeah, so I hooked it up. But what went from there? But shout out to Night and Day, the network. Shout out to them. Please let her know we are indeed thinking of her. I will, Sherry. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I will let her know. And again, shout out to all the prayer warriors. Like, y'all are so lit. Thank y'all so much, because it's needed. It's needed. She needs more prayer than donations. Like, that's money can't buy you love, and that's what she needs. Love, support, and not support and making her think that she's Aaliyah's daughter, because she's not. She needs support in other areas so that she can be her and live with what she went through, and give Lagena and go back to her government name, because Lagena is not her name. It isn't. So maybe she'll feel comfortable being called by. I mean, she's doing everything in her power to not be that girl. And it's not like she's running from something she did. So that speaks. It's not like she was out here hurting people, and stuff like this, and she's changing her name. No. It's what happened to her. And by multiple people. Okay? Most people that are violated, especially in a home, if there's other men around, they'll do the same thing. They will. And think nothing of it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Maz, if y'all see anybody trolling, get rid of them immediately. Immediately. I don't give a damn if they're a member. I don't buy. You get blocked, you get your subscription money back. Hair flip. So even if they're a member, get with them. Like, I will do no trolling. It's basic and it gets us nowhere. Shout out to Proud Black Woman. Love your name. She says the world is lacking humanity. Absolutely. It will be a better place if we were a little kinder to each other. Lift this girl up. It's your duty as a human being. I agree. I mean, it's all fine and dandy until we're going through it. When we're going through something, everybody needs to pay attention to it and have sympathy for, not even sympathy, empathy, empathize with us when it's happening to us. When it's happening to somebody else, let's point and laugh. Okay. Thank you for the super sticker, sweetie. Jen Owen says assistance for products for Lagena. Absolutely. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. So who is the little girl in that picture? Are you talking about, hold on, let me see if I still have it. Are you talking about this picture? Are you talking about this one? Because if so, that young lady's name is Destiny Aaliyah. That's who that were. That's who that were. Destiny Aaliyah is who that is. Oh, shout out to my infamous Sylvia. I love you. Okay? I love you. I love you, infamous Sylvia. I love you. Y'all subscribe to my baby's channel. I love her. She's so beautiful and so wonderful. I just love her. I love her. I love her spirit. She just makes me smile. Like, I just love her. I love her. And I love you too. Oh my God, I love you. I love you, infamous Sylvia. Shout out to her. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. Y'all get over there and subscribe to her. I love her. And you will too, I promise. Libera says, this is what you are doing is basic. Y'all are scammers. Oh, okay. And you're here because do you hear yourself? You over there sitting on your couch, overweight, bored. Okay. You said that to say what? I feel like you want to get cussed out. We'll pass. You got a poke. You're not poking. Okay. You said that to say what? Okay. Okay. Girl. Okay. You over there making that couch, that last leg that ain't broke yet scream. You over there turning it into a you. Girl. Coming for us. We don't care, girl. Okay, moving right along. To people that matter, love each other, don't judge. The world does that enough. I agree. I tell my kids that all the time, even when they're playing the dozens, or being disrespectful to each other. I say, y'all are siblings. Y'all, one day y'all gonna be all y'all got until y'all have your own. When you have your own family, until you have your own families and whatnot. But you don't fight each other. We fight for each other. That's what we do. So there's enough people out here that's gonna come at you. You're gonna have people at school and when you get older and work at work and other places that are going to come for you and ridicule you. So you're going to face that enough out there. Why would you want to face it at home too? Like, why would you want to face it here too? When you come home, you're supposed to come home to love. You don't come home to hatred. Like you don't do that. We don't do that. We fight for each other, not each other. Okay. That's what we do. So I think we need to do that as humans. We need to fight more for each other than each other, type of situation. Now it's gonna be some people that we have to beat up. Okay. Some people, they just try it and they just begging for what. Okay. So we'll have to give it to them. Whatever. We'll pray about it later. But then there's some people I just feel like, if you can, kind words go really far. Prayer goes really far. So I think that we should all, do that. We absolutely should. Yeah, we should. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, they're on there. Oh, okay. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Shout out again to Night and Day. Shout out to Michelle. She says, you're doing such a good job. You can always have haters, and that keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Haters are going to come. Haters are very essential. We need them because haters go around to every single chat and they be like, oh, they're this, or oh, they're that, oh, they're exploiting, or oh, they're scamming, oh, they're this, oh, they're that. They get in the word out things. All they're doing is getting the word out. Haters don't realize how essential they are. You are very essential because the people that love, watch. Absolutely. The people that love, watch. The haters gonna go in every chat. Oh, they this. Oh, they that. Oh, they this. Oh, they that. While the people that love are just watching. You doing all the promotion. You giving all the full free promotion. You hopping in the chat. Oh, this person doing this or this person doing that. Thank you. Because you guys are very essential. You guys are very so much needed. You absolutely are, because y'all go into people chats that's talking about something completely different and be like, oh, did y'all see that SeanDavieWay doing this? Or did you see that Jack Right doing it? Thank you. Thank you. You have to realize that your hate is very essential. You guys have a job to do, just like bees and ants and birds and, they all have jobs, in nature, the food chain. Everyone has a job, everyone. Okay. So everybody has a responsibility, that nature, from the trees to the leaves, to the plants, to the soil, to water, everybody has a job. Okay. And you can't do one without the other. Okay. So nature, trees, growing flowers, you can't do none of that without water. Haters, you're H2O. You're H2O. So you're necessary. They're absolutely necessary. Very essential. Very essential. Absolutely. So shout out to y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so shout out to all the haters. I appreciate y'all. You're just not going to disrupt my chat. That's it. That's all. We have a family over here and we get along fairly well. That's why you don't see a lot of people in the comments over here arguing with each other, and stuff like this, because we're pretty much on the same page, the same wavelength is what we are on. So yeah, being disruptive and stuff like that, yeah, you'll get removed. But hair flips. So everyone has a job, and haters, again, very essential. So yeah, we would be nothing without you. Nothing. I would not be SeanDavieWay if I didn't have a load of haters. That's why I be like, the girls are mad. Ooh, the girls are pressed. Ooh, the girls are mad because Sean's not. I'm not. I be laughing at these hoes. I literally do. These other content creators especially, I just laugh. I just be like, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. So it's too much content out here to be beefing. So yeah. I'll call my audience the Uncheckables, because we done been on YouTube going on about 4 or 5 years, and we have not been checked at all by no one. Not a soul. Not a soul. Not a soul. Shout out to Mrs. Achi, says, why are they being so extra? What was wrong with the interview? What's the problem? Of course, she's going to be challenged until we see proof. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Could not agree more. Could not agree more. I think agree. Like I said at the beginning of my interview, when I interviewed her, everybody is entitled to say what you want to. Just don't disrespect her. Like, just don't call her out of her name. But other than that, if you don't believe her, you are entitled to that. You get to not believe her. You get to not believe her. That is completely fine. I'm not interviewing her so that you can believe her. I didn't even set it up that way. I didn't ask for. I just wanted her to be heard, because that's all. She's just been ignored. Like, if you've been called a liar your whole life, and stuff happened to you, could be very traumatic. There's a lot of you that have been hurt by people and violated by people in your family. Shout out to Ronnie for becoming a member. Welcome aboard. There are a lot of people that in this chat right now have been hurt by family members. Shout out to Virgin Love for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Thank you, sweetie. Welcome aboard. That have been hurt by and violated by people, and especially in your family. And you still go to family functions and see that person. That person probably sometimes comes over your house. Sometimes that person is around your kid. Maybe not alone, but it's still around your kid. So you may feel on edge, when that person's around. And, why they talking to my daughter when, you did such to me and whatnot. And they still have not come to terms with it. They have not dealt with it. They have not exposed it. They have not done any of those things. They have not. Okay? That could be very traumatic. And just because you are able to manage it to where you can still function and have some sense of normalcy, she is schizophrenic. You are not schizophrenic going through what you share with her. So it's completely different. It's not the same. So for some people that can't recollect, or I shouldn't say that, for the people that can wrap their minds, around why she would say that, again, everybody copes differently. Everyone goes through trauma differently. I went through trauma too. I didn't try to be anything other than what I am, besides I didn't want to be gay. That's all. I felt like the gay side of me was forced upon me. I don't feel like I got to choose. I was young, I was an adolescent, when it first started. So that's why I hated gay people with a passion, no matter who you are. If you were part of the LGBTQ, me coming up as an adolescent to a teenager to at the beginning of me becoming an adult, I hated gay people. I wanted nothing to do with them. Nothing. I was overly masculine, toxic, all of that, because I wanted to be anything other than, because of what it was traumatic. I didn't get to look at other men in a way of, I like you. I looked at them as in, y'all hurt me. I know what y'all do. And it wasn't a gay thing. He was just a predator. That's all. He was sick. He needed help. But no one explained that to me. Nobody told me that. Okay? No different than Lagena. What she's going through, nobody told her that what she went through is not her fault. That she's going to be all right. That we'll help you. No. She hasn't been told any of those things. So again, I get the disassociation because I disassociated with being gay. I wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing. I looked at it as a curse. It wasn't something I felt, again, that I chose. It was something that I felt a choice that was taken from me. So everybody else that was celebrating being gay is like, y'all chose that. I didn't choose that. But it's not a choice. It's you don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. You just are. You just either are or you aren't. It's that simple. Just like you either are abused or you're not. It's that simple. There is no in between. There is no in between. Grooming is abuse. So even if they never got a chance to fully touch you or do anything to you, even if they groomed you there verbally, all of that, that's still abuse. It definitely is, because you don't understand it. And things we don't understand hurt. Things we don't understand, we fight. Okay? That's why when people lose loved ones, they don't understand why they're gone. So since I don't understand, I'm going to take it out on everybody. I'm going to hate everyone and everything around me. Because the one thing that I care about is no longer here. And I don't understand why it's gone. It's the same thing with Lagena. Love. It's not there. She doesn't feel like she deserves it because it wasn't given to her. Why aid that? What's the point? Where do we get? We don't get anywhere. So I get that she has a fantastic imagination and that she may have fabricated certain things and that what we're going to view as a lie. You know, you're not Aaliyah's daughter. You're saying you're Aaliyah's daughter. You're a liar. You know, is how we are going to perceive it. But when you've been through so much trauma, you don't view it that way. So it doesn't, again, it does not matter what you tell me, just like it didn't matter what you told me about being gay. I would not believe you. Even when people would tell me when I was younger, like, you sure you ain't? I'd just be like, no. Like, no. Denial. That was how I coped. It was denying it. That was my coping. Deny, 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 deny. And that's what I did until I finally realized that this is not your fault. Like, what happened to you should not have happened to you. Those people should not have done that. And you have to move on from it. So that's what I did. How I moved on is by coping. And after I coped, I took accountability. And I took responsibility for my sexuality. Instead of hating it, I started to embrace it. Because I wasn't afraid anymore. Because there were people around me that understood me. And they listened to me. So with that being said, I slowly but surely started to come out of my shell. She will do the same thing, but it can only happen in love. It's not going to happen in hate. It's not going to happen in calling her a liar, calling her out her name. She's still going to stay where she is. If anything, y'all just pushing her even more to want to believe that this story is true, that she is Aaliyah's daughter. Loving on her will help her come out of her shell. Loving on her will help her go back to her real name. Loving on her will make her explain the real parties involved and why she feels how she feels. Loving on her will help her take accountability for the things that she said and done in life. Loving on her could change her world. We can help her just by loving her. That's it. Just loving on her, praying for her, letting her know she's not alone. Letting her know, hey, if you ever need to talk, I'll talk to you. You can talk to me. That's how she'll come out of this. Again, hatred does nothing. Doesn't do anything. I see a soul that needs help. She needs us. She does. And we can help her from a distance. And it got to be up close and personal. You know, just from a distance. Let's help her be her. Let's not help her continue to think she's somebody she's not. Because the person that she was destroyed by other people around her. Let's help her rebuild that person so she can step back into her focus by encouraging her to speak with doctors and therapists and counselors and, you know, and stuff like that. Let's encourage her. Let's help her feel like she's enough to just be a fan of Aaliyah instead of trying to be Aaliyah's daughter, because you're not. It's very unfortunate. I wish, you know, a part of me like wish that she was Aaliyah's daughter, because, you know, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help. You know, I don't need to make you feel like you're, because you're not. We got to be real, because that's the only way that she's going to come out of this. It's the only way. Just sympathy, empathize with her. You know, the sympathy that you do give her is that I see where you're coming from. Okay. I see where you're coming from. And I see that you need some help. Okay. You do. There's a lot of things that probably went wrong in your life, but you're never going to be able to move on from those things, sweetie, if you don't acknowledge them. You have to. And as painful as those things can be, the reason they're so painful is because you don't give it the energy that it deserves, which is thought. That's how powerful the brain is, to where memories can literally affect everything. Your entire mood, your body, your mobility, it can affect everything. It literally can. And it can be extremely stressful going through those things and suppressing those things. Some people turn to alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. This young lady has not done that. So while we still have her, because this could go a whole nother way, while we still have her, let's love on her. Because when if she leaves and runs in the streets and decides that, you know what, then what? I don't want to read no tabloid or no headline about something happening to her or her doing something to herself. You know, I don't want to read that. You know, I would rather be talking to her and assisting her, you know, and helping her in any way I can, even if it's small. Shout out to Gospel Snipes. So you're speaking facts today. Empathy and love is the key. Absolutely, it is. It's the key. Like that's how we get her back to her. You know, she needs to find herself, because she lost herself a long time ago, but she did it on purpose. She let herself go to become someone else. So that person is still there. And I feel like she fights that person every single day instead of just hugging, you know, that little abused girl. Instead of walking up to her and giving her a hug, she just keeps walking past her, ignoring her, like pretending like she's not there. No, deal with it. But you can't do that alone. You know, we need help. We need assistance. She can't do it alone. So I would just, you know, keep encouraging her. Hey, let's try to get you a therapist, or is there a therapist around that you can talk to? Let's try to get you as much progress as we can. Shout out to Jenny for the super sticker as well. Thank you so much, sweetie. Shout out to Auntie Rennie. She says, really interesting, not invasive, but how did you combat that and get over it? Did you trust anyone with your truth back then, like your BM? When did you accept it without anger? That was a journey. That was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I was a parent while doing all of those things. And what really brought me out of the anger was my children. And my children brought me out of the anger because I'm so protective of them, to where I felt like if I keep doing things like this and being this angry, something can happen to where I can be taken away from them and I won't be able to protect them. So I need to figure this out, because it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. So it took me a very long time to do, and I still struggle with it to this day. You know, it's not something that I'm truly over. I just feel that the main thing you have to do is acknowledge certain things. And when you acknowledge them, then you no longer suppress them. So that assisted in my journey. But, you know, prayer, there was a lot of prayer. I did a lot of praying. I had a lot of misguided hatred, a lot of misguided anger that I was taking out on other people. And even like my loved ones, even like my BM, you know, at times there was certain energy that I gave her that she didn't deserve. My mom, I would give her a lot of energy at times that she didn't deserve. There would be times to where I would be having a really good moment with my mom, and then I would look at her and just like hate her. I'm not even gonna lie. And there was times the same thing with my father. I held him more responsible than my mom, because it's like, you're a man. Like, you were supposed to be there protecting me. You know, my mom, she's a woman. She was working. She was doing a lot. So, because she would never have let somebody hurt me. She would never let that have happened. And when she's not around, you're supposed to be, and vice versa. You weren't there. She was just working. She can't be with me 24 hours a day. Like she can't. There's times where we're going to be separate, from another. And that's why you have two parents, 50-50. And that helped me with my mom, because I felt that I was blaming her so much to where I completely, at the beginning, didn't even think about him, left him completely out, more so my mom, but yeah. So then once I looked at it from that perspective, and looking at it in a perspective of, I need to deal with this, but I didn't know what, to deal with. I didn't know where to start. So that's when I sought help, outside. And there would be people in that I was close to, and they'd be like, yeah, you need help. Like, you need to go talk to somebody. Like, you need to go do this. You need to go do that. And I would always ignore it because I felt like I was fine, but I wasn't. So then, yeah, I went and got the help that I needed. My pastor, I talked to him about it, and that was very helpful. My FC, my favorite cousin, shout out to her. I talked to her about everything, and she was the biggest help of them all. But what saved me was my children. They absolutely did, because I would never want what happened to me to happen to them. And I think that that's another thing that makes me so attentive to my kids, and what makes me not want anybody around them, like nobody. Like, I mean, if you ain't mom or dad, I don't want nobody around them. That's when my spouse, it was about a year before he even met him, or anything like this. I'm just overly protective over them for what happened to me. I barely trust sending them to school, So yeah, if I could be with them all day, I would. Like, I will be with them all day. So, but yeah, it was a lot. I blamed myself for years. I felt like it was me. It was a lot, but I still, like I said, struggle with it to this day, but it's easier. It's a lot easier than it used to be. Yeah. Anytime I feel like down, just go do something with my kids, and then to get my mind right off of it, because the memories are going to come up, and they just come at weird times when you see something or smell something, hear a song, a commercial, or a movie being brought up. Just the weirdest things can bring up, memories, stuff that happened to you. So yeah, I just have to guide myself, and yeah, just be open. I think that's a big part of us being so closed off to people, and so we don't trust anyone, which is bad, because we can't get help if we don't trust nobody. If you don't trust anyone, you'll never get help, because you can't do it alone. That's one thing that I will say. We cannot do this by ourselves. To all victims, you cannot do it alone. You can try, and most of us do, and it doesn't work. So if you are a victim and you have never spoke to anybody about it, never sought any type of help for it or anything, that's why you're dealing with it. And that's why it's, so painful, because you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. So yeah, on that note, yes, very hard. It is very hard, very hard, very hard. But yeah, it does get better. It does. And right here, see, we could talk about this all day. Therapy can be disappointing. Healing process slower than trauma. Health comes in many forms. Keep fighting. Absolutely. And I couldn't agree with you more. Therapy can not only, well, I won't say therapy is disappointing. I'll just say that therapy does not help everybody. Therapy is not for everyone. Because a lot of times with going to therapist, it's hard to trust them. So that's why I would say go to somebody that you feel that you can trust. Like my pastor, God rest his soul, he passed away, and that was so hard because he was so essential. But I trusted him, and I put the trust in the right person. So although he's not a therapist, it was very therapeutic, very therapeutic. Breaking down and crying and getting it out, and so yeah, now with a therapist, I don't think I would have did that. I don't think I would have broke down. I don't think, that would have happened. But if the right therapist was put in front of me, it's very possible, very possible, very possible. Yeah. So, but I think it's easier to go to like therapists that you can relate to. So, yeah, if you can't relate, then you're not going to open up. You're just simply not, no matter how many times they talk to you, and no matter how many times you sit down, you're just not going to open up. But it has to be with somebody you trust. And I will say this, if you are in therapy or thinking about therapy, give it 2 to 3 sessions. If you don't feel that you're going to open up by the 3rd session, get another therapist. Get another therapist. Keep going until you find the right person. If you don't want to talk to somebody in your immediate life, or, a pastor or anything like that about it, or you don't go to church, you're a non-believer or whatever. If you don't want to do that, then keep switching them out until you find your niche, until you find the person that you feel like, I just might be able to talk to you about this. Some people you just are completely closed off. It's just like, yeah, I won't tell you nothing. How much time we got left? So, but then there's some people that you look up and you be like, you know what? And you just let it all out. So yeah, just keep looking. That doesn't mean stop because one therapist didn't work. There could be, keep going. There are great doctors out there, great therapists out there. So yeah, keep going. Don't stop with just one. If you go to a doctor and you don't like your doctor, do you stop going to doctors, or do you pick another doctor? If you go out to eat and you don't like the food, do you just stop going out to eat, or do you go to a different place? If you go to a location and they serve their food whack, do you stop eating at that place, or do you just go to the location? So it's the same thing. Just don't give up, because when you're giving up on yourself. You're not giving up on therapy. You're giving up on yourself. That's what that works. Because therapy is to help you, not to help the therapist. They're fine. You're not. So yeah, I would definitely say that. Keep going. Don't stop, because you're still going to hurt. The objective is to get rid of the pain, not suppress it. Pain is something we get rid of, not keep. We don't need to keep it because it doesn't belong to us. And that's why we blame ourselves. Because if this is not my fault, then why do I hurt? If this isn't my fault, why am I so angry? And it's also dealing with emotions of people that you feel let you down. Because a lot of us don't want to come to terms with that. Like our mom or our dad, let us down because we love them so much and we know that they did their best. And you don't want to literally blame them, but you do. And it's not blaming them by saying it out loud. Because when you say it out loud, you get to get over it. Suppressing it makes you feel like if you don't say it to them, then you're never going to get over it. No, it's just saying it at all, because it's truly not like their literal fault, because it's the predator's fault. And that's where the misplaced anger comes in, because you start to blame your parents for something. They didn't do it to you, though. Now, did they probably leave you in harm's way or left you somewhere to where something could have happened, to where this could happen? Yes. And they can take accountability for that. That's their pain. That's their struggle. This happened to you. So you have a different pain. You have a different struggle. So you got to go with that. Because the person to blame is the one that did it to you. Nobody else is responsible. Whoever was in that area, place, room, wherever, that's who did it. That's who did it. That's who did it. So yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to leave y'all on that. I love y'all so much. Absolutely. Shout out to Cammie. Thank you everybody who has donated and will donate or anything like that. Again, shout out to all the prayer warriors. You do not have to donate, completely optional. But please pray for her, please. And just keep her in mind, and if you have an opportunity, maybe go over to her IG and stuff and just leave her a kind message, or go under one of her posts and leave her a kind message, or something like that. I mean, that's helpful too. It's extremely helpful to let somebody know that, hey, we're here for you. We see you, we know you're going through a lot. We get it. You're not alone, because you can feel alone. All of us, a lot of us right now feel alone. Like we have nothing and no one. But we do. This is why a lot of times, why we come to social media, why we join shows and become members of people's channel, to feel like a family, because you don't have a real one. You don't have one in your actuality. you know, so it's just like, but coming places like here and so many other content creators, shout out to YouTube, TikTok, Station Heads, IG, wherever, Bigo, you know, all those places, you know, because again, we are more helpful as content creators than we know. There's so many people that have hit me up like, thank you, Sean. I was going through a real hard time, and you know, I've been watching you all week, and you very so much helped me. I really appreciate you making me laugh. You know, and I'm going through one of the most trying times of my life, you know, but listening to you, you make me feel so much better. For the time that you are live, you make me forget, you know, about what's going on. You know, you're an escape for me. So shout out to y'all. And I love that I can be an escape. I love that. So again, I really appreciate all of y'all's support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Lagena. Shout out to Yaya for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Blessings to you and your family. One love, peace. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. Content creators definitely matter. They definitely matter. Absolutely. So yes, her IG is hold on, let me put it up. Her IG is I am Lagena Gold. At the top, let me make it bigger. I am Lagena Gold is her IG. So if y'all want to go over there and just, you know, say hello, or, you know, just wish her well, I would really appreciate it. Again, a kind gesture, saying something sweet to someone can go very, very, very far. I'm not putting her information up here for her to be harassed and trolled. Please be adult about the situation, please. Shout out to Mama T for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I swear you're everything. Shout out to the finest girl. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. I am completely focused on my survivors right now, but I will try to come live again before the weekend is over with. But I'm going to try to spend some time with the kiddos. But yeah, I love you. Thank you again for all the donations, the prayers, the kind words that I know you all will go over there and leave. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the content creators that were over here in the chat. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And really says, Sean, talk to your friend Jag. You might need to give her some talking points if going to be allowed to be in the forefront with it. Okay. I need to be nice. I love you all. Thank you all so much. Again, and again, shout out to Lagena. I love you all. Until the next show, y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Bye. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.
Fresh, fresh, flex, fresh, 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 flex.